Hello! I want to take a look at a game I found very instructive that I happened to spectate on GoQuest the other day. So, black in this game is a human rated 2077 and white is Kotogo 1P bot, which I think is Kotogo running on one playout. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to be some low playout version of Kotogo, and the 1P in the name seems to suggest this one playout. And obviously Kotogo is still super strong even with only one playout. We have this opening here, and what I find interesting about this position is that to my eye it seems like the two white stones and the two black stones here are kind of similar value. They are both kind of same distance to the edge, and it seems like they will get kind of one corner each. So this black stone in the center must be hugely valuable, because what we also know about this position is that it's white to play and white has Komi, and despite that it's still an even position. It's actually, it's not the case that white or black is better here. So going from that logic, it must be the case that e5 is hugely valuable, which is interesting because it doesn't make any points by itself, right? It's not surrounding any territory, since there is white stones on both sides that will easily be alive. So the value of this center stone is entirely up to connecting the black stones, making them strong, and separating the white stones, making them weak. So we're just going to see how that plays out and how that works in this game. So white takes care of one of the corner groups, black plays a quick forcing exchange here. White pulls back solidly to maintain the weakness here around d4, e4, and then black plays b4. So I think in this case black chose to play from this side rather from the upper side, partly because of this cunning weakness here. So black wanted to make sure that even if white cuts, black will be safe on this side. White comes to d7 and black comes to h6. So the idea for black in an opening like this is that black wants to try to use the center moves against both white groups. To make up the Komi, black needs to use the center to get some extra points and force white to answer to save the groups. So black has the right idea here and has created a very interesting shape, this kind of chair or upside down 4 shape. But unfortunately there is a lot of knight moves here that have weaknesses, and Kotogo goes for a quite severe cut here now. If black just plays normally like this, white will cut here, and even though black can capture one stone, you see white cannot save this one stone, white will squeeze. And now we're just down to like each player having 2 groups. White has Komi, white's group has slightly better shape, I would say. So this is actually better for white. White is easily winning here. So black tried to avoid this by instead extending like this, thinking I'll just take this upper side, take the territory, I'll let you connect on dame in the center, surely that won't be so valuable. So you might think that black is doing okay here, but actually white is crushingly winning at this point. White is winning by 12 points, which means that white is winning even without Komi. How can that come? Well, now the situation is reversed from before. It used to be the case that black had one strong group in the center, white had 2 weak groups, but now it's the other way around. White is strong and connected, and black has 2 groups and weaknesses that white can exploit. So white is going to start by attacking the upper right, and maybe you'd like to think about it. What's the best way for white to attack the shape weakness in the upper right corner? The first move is this Hane, and this is using the fact that black cannot cut here. Of course, white just extends, threatening the 2 stones. This is just horrible for black. So the strongest resistance for black, which is what black plays, is to play g8, trying to connect back to this one. If white just goes down, black is happy to just sacrifice the 1 stone in this way. This is, relatively speaking, good for black. It's still not good for black, but compared to what happened in the game, it's good. Because in the game, white was even more mean and played the double Hane. Black can Atari once, but then needs to come back and fix this double Atari here. And now white can actually capture the 2 black stones. So if you have not seen this strategy before, pause the video here and try to figure out how is it possible for white to capture these 2 black stones. There's only one move to do it. It doesn't work to just play h5, because then black just Ataris and the white stone is dead. So the Tetsuji here is j8. And And even though it's now 3 black liberties versus 3 white liberties, white has an extra hidden liberty because of black not being able to approach. We see if black plays one more exchange here. Now black is not able to play either j9 or j7. Both of those moves are self-Atari. So black needs one extra approach move, and this gives white the time to win the capturing race. Okay, so this is a very good strategy to know about. After this, there's nothing black can do, like pushing here doesn't help, doesn't gain any extra liberties, so the black stones are just dead. White doesn't play right away. Remember that now that white is strong, part of the benefit to white is that white can choose which part of the board to play in. White doesn't need to take the 2 stones here to live or anything like that. White can choose to play a center elsewhere, and black doesn't have the time to play up here because then their lower left is die. So black just needs to passively respond to the white moves. And still now, if black comes back, again, this lower left is just dying here. We have A, B, Mi to kill. So black still needs to respond at this point. And now white got to cut this 1 stone off here in center. Well, it's not entirely cut off yet, but it will be. And then white comes back to j8. Now black does get to connect here. This is kind of nice. There's no way now for white to separate the left. We see that white pushes and clamps here. Black is still connected. So this is a big move for black, and it's good to connect groups together, but it's coming a bit too late because white already got all the benefits, and now white will still get this and oh sorry, I did some wrong order. Oh yeah, black does this exchange first. Then here, white will still get this center, and this Hana connect, and then this center, and then white gets the final move worth points here. So we see that even though black got to connect, it came a little bit late. And the benefit white got from being strong in the center was that white got to kill all of these black stones and make lots of points. White is winning by 12 points in the final position. So let's go back and look at that, like at this point where white just connects. Yeah, at this point, the benefit white gets from being strong in the center is that this stone and this stone and this stone, all of this is going to die, and it's going to be a big white territory. So where did black go wrong? Well, so obviously allowing this was bad, but it's kind of hard to not allow this at this point. We already looked at, it's not really possible for black to do this either, like it's losing by a smaller margin, but it's still losing. So black could try this. It's a little bit better to have a stronger shape here, but it's still bad for black. So actually the real mistake was already here. Allowing this white move, setting up this cut, was actually, in hindsight, not possible for black. Black was supposed to play either c7 or c6 here, and now it's still a close to an even game. Okay, so I hope this doesn't come across as just dunking on this poor player who got beat up here by Katiko. I would lose just as badly against Katiko, but I just found this game very instructive on the value of having one group versus 2 weak groups, and yeah, I hope you learned something from it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.